we finish the standing, because of that breath, that heat's gonna rise. And as long as we keep the breath going and seated, by the time we get to Shavasana, he may not wanna get up. We'll see. All right, so we'll get him out of here. So Panchadasha, step, jump, inhale, halfway up. Exhale as you hinge and fold. Then Saptadasha, bend the knees, inhale to chair pose. Exhale, stand tall. Bring the hands to the feet, or hips rather. We'll jump the feet hip distance apart for Padangusthasana. You can bend your knees here as much as you need to. That's kind of a play on words. But as you inhale, look up. As you exhale, just bring the two peace fingers to the big toes like this. And you can bend the knees as much as, as necessary. Then as you start to straighten the knees, think elbows out and try to touch the walls. Then tuck your chin. And I just like coming here just to support my people. And I'm just kind of here as, just to kind of let him know he's safe, he's not gonna tip over. And I'm gonna remind him, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. Just where I really know he's safe in this posture. Then I'll say, inhale halfway up. Exhale, slide your hands under your feet for Padahastasana, or hands under feet posture. And then as he exhales, just let that chest kind of fold towards his thighs there. But you see how his breath's still guiding his movement. Fast or slow, he's letting the breath lead. Now breathe in, breathe out. They can probably hear it on the microphone because it's really good. And then we're gonna inhale halfway up. You'll have to slide the hands out. Exhale, hands to the hips. And I like to help them here. Inhale all the way up. Exhale at the very top. Then we'll take a vinyasa to get into our standing posture. So inhale, breathe the arms overhead. And as you exhale this time, Connor, make this forward fold feel just as good as you know how to make a forward fold feel. So that's going to be a little personal. Some people like to grab the back of the, what are they called, calves. Some people's hands are on their shins, others are on their toes. But you see how he's shaking his head and he's elongating the spine? He's getting all the juice out of this forward fold. That's why I'm letting him stay here for a minute. Now inhale, look up to a flat spine. As you exhale, just plant the hands, step back. You can drop the knees or step to Chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra as you pull the chest forward and the hands back. Exhale, curl the toes, straighten down dog. Right foot steps forward. Inhale, arms overhead for warrior one. So with warrior one, kind of the key things are is this back foot's about 45 degrees. It may be 38. And then we really want to square that pelvis. So you'll often hear teachers say, press this side forward, press this side back. But as long as the pelvis and the chest are facing forward and the knees over this ankle, he's safe. Now, if Connor had neck problems, bring them to your heart. That's warrior one too. If Connor just went running 5 miles a day, straighten your leg. That's warrior one as well, right? So you can kind of find the warrior one that works for you. So Connor, go ahead and find the one that you like, and then we're gonna transition. All right, so he likes the warrior with the open chest, and we call it cactus arms. Beautiful. When you're finished, Connor, go ahead and open the arms to a T and find warrior two. You'll notice the back foot's gonna adjust. Now he's parallel with the back edge of the foot. Good. And now the arms are in a T. My favorite assist is to take these arms and pull them and say, look over your finger, look over your finger. And you see how his knee is still stacked over his ankle? If he looks down, he can see his big toe. This is why I love the block. Connor, as you inhale, straighten the front leg. As you exhale, reach far forward, then down, and just press your hand into that block. Now I'm gonna put my foot on his hand, and I'll lift him. And then I'm just gonna ground him. And then I'm gonna come here and say, okay, let's go. For one, just lean into me. 2, 3, 4. His breath is strong. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. Notice I don't let go of it. Exhale to warrior two, arms back in a T. So you'll notice with the warrior two, the very difference is the chest and the pelvis now is open to either side of the wall. That's basically the difference between warrior one and two other than the arms. Now, just for fun, as you inhale, bring the right arm up for peaceful warrior. You can look into the palm. You can look into the back foot. And as you exhale, bring the right forearm to the right thigh and the left arm forward. I like to do it like this. Pull it in and over the ear. And then just cut your eyes towards your armpits for 1, 2, feel good, 3, 4, and 5. As you frame the front foot, just step back. You can come to child's pose or take a vinyasa. As you inhale to up dog or cobra. As you exhale to downward facing. And then we'll do the other side and we'll move on. So stepping the left foot forward as we inhale, we'll breathe the arms overhead. We'll find that warrior one position again. Notice this back foot is still 45 degrees. We're still square in this pelvis. That heart is really open. That's a great down dog, and I can hear his breath. So remember, pranayama, which breath, is very important. Asana, which is posture. And when you tie pranayama and posture together with drishti, the mind stops. Yoga Chikitsa vritti dorode ha. So let's get him to warrior two. So when you're ready, Connor, adjust that back foot, bring the arms to a T, you're a warrior two. I'm gonna kind of help him out here because I know where we're going. I like to set the block to the outside of the foot. Sometimes people set the block to the inside of the foot and it doesn't let you open up. So set it to the outside. And then I'll stretch him out here just a little bit. And this is one of my more favorite assists. As you inhale, straighten the front leg. As you exhale, reach far forward. Then down. And you notice how I can change the length of that block now. Last time I had it on a different height. And then I'm just gonna ground him down and say, just lean into it. For 1, 2, 3, his breath is strong and aware. 4, he's not rushing. A lot of times we tend to kind of get in a hurry, but just be patient with your practice. As you exhale, look down. Inhale up, I'm gonna help him. Exhale to warrior two, he's right back in. Take a few breaths there. You notice how he's got all this engaged and all this engaged? If you reach from those fingertips, the triceps help you keep the arms up so they're not as heavy. As you inhale, bring the left arm up, maybe find a little peace. Look into the right hand if you like. And as you exhale, bring the left forearm to the left thigh and the right arm forward. See how that works so good and over the ear? And then I'm just gonna ground kind of here. And sometimes I like to take the hand and kind of reach because the line you're really concerned about is right here all the way down. And you wanna press into the outside edge of this foot. So we're gonna get Connor out of here, he's done great. So I'm gonna tell him, go ahead and frame the front foot and just step back to plank. Take a few breaths in plank so you're able to engage Mula Bandha Ura. You saw him adjust there, perfect. And when you're ready, lower all the way to your belly. As we come into Shalabhasana A, he'll extend his toes here, bring his hands by his side, and his fingers are gonna reach back. And the words are lift legs, chest, and chin. And inhale up. And I'm just here to support. For 1, maybe look up with the eyes and lift the chin a tiny bit, but keep a little space in the back of the neck. 3, 4, beautiful. 5, lower down. And once he lowers down, I'm just gonna kind of rub him out a little bit here. It's almost kind of, I often call it a free massage. And all I'm doing is just doing things that I know felt good to me when my back was hurt. So this is Shalabhasana A. There's a lot of versions of it. So Connor, do your favorite one, either with arms to a T, arms to the back, or maybe even B, interlocking the fingers behind the back. Or sometimes I'll do what I call Superman and bring the arms out front. But as you inhale, lifting legs, chest, and chin. Good. And you'll notice as he reaches back, this hand wants to reach back and up. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're gonna let him go, lay down. And then same thing, I'm just gonna rock the pelvis out. And after you do kind of this modified back bend, which is what we're in with the Shalabhasana, if it feels good to your low back, you can then bend the knees and just drop them to one side or the other. That's not for everybody. Some people's low back, like for instance myself, You know, if you've had some challenges in L3, L4, L5, this may not be the best thing. But kind of once you finish on that side, just swap it to the other side. Perfect. And this is really the loving phase. You know, we call it Yoga Chikitsa, or the yoga medicine. So a lot of the yoga medicine really happens kind of really in the gentle postures, I call them. All right, Connor, when you're ready, let's just come to our child's pose. And we'll reset the spine. So after that little bit of back bending, what I like to do is come back to child's pose. And, you know, for me, I put my weight in my legs, and I'm just gonna ease him down until I feel his body say, okay, that's enough. But he's much better than when we started. I can tell that the subtle energy and the breath and the sweat, the tapas, all those things are having a pretty profound effect on him right back here. So let's get him into back bends. So the easiest way is curl the toes, lift the hips, come to downward facing dog. As you inhale, shift the weight to plank. As you exhale, lower all the way down. Make yourself onto your back, or make your way onto your back. And then bring the ankles directly under the knees. And same thing with Connor. We kind of want his heels in line with his sit bones back here. You'll notice how his ankles are directly under his knees. He's perfect. I want to show you a block. He may not need it, but I love it. So as Connor presses into his feet and lifts up, I want to say lift up. Think 90 degrees at the knees. They don't have to be 90 degrees, but there's a block for him if you wanted something more supported. So you can sit on it, Connor. And then even with the block, you can interlock the fingers on the other side of the block and bring the fist to the ground, and it opens that chest. And as you do, lift the chin, press the back of the head down, and just keep breathing. And you see how much I can run my hand behind his neck? That tells me his chin isn't dropping. You don't want that to happen because the spine's kind of like a rubber band. You have to be very careful when you get to the top of it. So let's get him out of here. I'm gonna say lift the heels, lift up. Let's slide this out from under here, lower down. Windshield wiper the knees. If it feels good, a little left, a little right. He's still breathing. I don't know if you can hear it. Maybe you can hear it on my mic, but his breath is really carrying him into this practice. Let's do 2 more bridges, or 1 more bridge, then we'll get to some seated postures. So just press into the feet and lift up, and I'm gonna hold the block this time where he can just kind of show you how he likes to do it without it. And you'll notice he really tucked these shoulders under him. So you really have to bring him under so that chest is open. You'll notice his chin's lifting and the back of his head's pressing down. He's great. He's at 90 degrees. You're listening to his breath. Take a few more, let them hear it. It's nice. Take 1 more. Beautiful. Unlock the fingers, lift the heels lower down, and pull those knees into the chest, Connor, and just give yourself a big hug. I always call it a hug of ahimsa, so kind of a loving hug, just kind of thanking yourself for going through this practice. And then Connor, when you're ready, we'll just bring the hands behind the knees. We'll rock front to back, back to front till you come to seated. And then just turn around and bring the legs all the way out in front of you and the hands by the side for Dandasana. So, I don't know Connor that well, but let's just pretend. So Connor, lift up, all the way up. Yeah, sit on that block. If Connor had challenges with his low back, or if forward folds were particularly challenging for him, and they are for a lot of people, me included, it's always better to sit on a bolster or a blanket or something to elevate the hips and shift the pelvis forwards.